Coming to you live from our Auckland Park studios, this is Prime News on SABC 3 and in your top stories at this hour.
Mr. Madlanga was one of the people who had contributed to the campaign.
Witness C, a political killings task team member, has told the Madlanga Commission that Vusimuzi Cat Madlala funded the presidential campaign of the suspended police minister Senzo Mchunu.
For now, we will refrain from specific commentary.
Deputy President Paul Mashatile says government will not make running commentary regarding testimonies coming out of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, as well as the ad hoc committee investigating allegations raised by the KZN Police Commissioner.
This morning, a taxi owner, escorted by 3 vehicles of his bodyguards, was attacked while en route to his office.
And the chairman of the Alexandra Randburg Midrand Sandton Taxi Association, Amster, and one of his bodyguards were shot dead in a brazen daylight attack. Good evening and welcome to your Thursday edition of Prime News on SABC 3. My name is Becky Mutumomolete. Now tonight we bring you the biggest stories and in sharp focus. With that said, let's take a look at your leads for this evening. First up, the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry has heard that the alleged cartel member Vusimuzi Cat Madlala allegedly funded the suspended police minister Senzo Mchunu's ambitions to run for the ANC presidency. This was revealed by Witness C, a detective who testified on the information revealed by Madlala following his 14th May 2025 arrest for attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder.
The Madlanga Commission, probing allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system, has been given insight into the alleged relationship between alleged cartel member Vusimuzi Cat Madlala and Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, who has been placed on a leave of absence. From the vantage point of Witness C, who alleges that Madlala was funding Mchunu's ANC presidential campaign.
Mr. Madlanga was one of the people who had contributed to the campaign, as he indicated that in January he had contributed to an amount to the total amount of 500,000, whereby he purchased flight tickets and paid for the accommodation for the members of the ANC who were going to Cape Town for the July 8 statement for the ANC.
Witness C further alleged that Madlala also stated that he made several payments to top cop Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibia, which allegedly were of the amount of 500,000 rand at a time, up to 2 million rands for the purchase of a BNB.
We asked him as to how does he make payments to General Sibia, and he informed us that General Sibia doesn't accept electronic transfers, but he prefers cash. So therefore, there wouldn't be a proof of payment to him.
Recordings of Madlala's name-dropping exercise were also played before the probe to support some of these allegations. The Madlanga Commission returns on Monday, the 3rd of November 2025. Kani Mapanga, SABC News, Pretoria.
Deputy President Paul Mashatile says government will not make running commentary regarding testimonies coming out of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, as well as the ad hoc committee investigating allegations raised by the KZN Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. He was answering oral questions in the National Assembly as he was grilled about government's response to clean up the police and crime intelligence.
As the country's citizens continue to hear shocking testimonies at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, as well as the ad hoc committee, Mashatile was a bit diplomatic on his views about these revelations.
The ongoing Madlanga Commission of Inquiry and the ad hoc committee investigating allegations by Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi will shed more light on what needs to be done to strengthen the criminal justice system as a whole and the police service in particular. For now, we will refrain from specific commentary.
He insisted that government will continue to strengthen the Crime Intelligence Division to counter crime.
Several crime intelligence officers themselves have been implicated in aiding syndicates. How can you, in good faith, claim that these interventions are working? Will you concede that what we have here is not failure of resources, but a failure of leadership?
If the police themselves are committing crimes and they are not being investigated, how on earth do we hope citizens will trust them? My question to you is, what practical steps are you going to take to ensure that IPID does its job and that ultimately, like you say, we want to clean out the bad apples?
The Deputy President says decisive action will be taken once both investigations are completed. Ekurhuleni Philip, SABC News, Parliament.
Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department Deputy Chief Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi's fate hangs in the balance as he is likely to be placed on precautionary suspension pending a council decision. A forensic report from an internal investigation into Mkhwanazi's conduct is currently being discussed in committee at the City of Ekurhuleni Council chambers in Germiston. But residents are likely to find out the outcome of the vote in council after 2 days. Mkhwanazi is accused of allegedly fitting vehicles belonging to attempted murder accused Vusimuzi Cat Matlala's company with blue lights. Ekurhuleni Mayor Nkosindipile Chagaza has confirmed that he has received the report, describing it as final and conclusive. The mayor has called on the acting city manager to implement the report's findings and has vowed that its recommendations will be carried out without fear or favor. Welcome back to Prime News on 3. Gauteng police are looking for suspects who shot and killed the chairperson of the Alexandra Randburg Midrand Sandton Taxi Association, Victor Molefe Mwekeletsi. One of Mwekeletsi's bodyguards was also killed, while 4 others were rushed to the hospital. The association says it is devastated by this tragic incident, but hopes and trusts that the police will bring the perpetrators to book.
This morning, a taxi owner, escorted by 3 vehicles of his bodyguards, was attacked while en route to his office. And unfortunately, the taxi owner and 1 of his bodyguards were fatally wounded and 4 were seriously injured. They are in hospital.
Can you say that your officers responded swiftly on this?
Yes, of course. The whole teams were here, including collaborative team, SABC, our Metro Police, they were all here, including private security companies that always work hand in hand with us. They were here on scene.
So your officers are on the lookout of the suspects?
Yeah, our officers are hard at work. They are currently busy doing further investigation. We have eyewitnesses. They are currently obtaining statements. Investigation, as it proceeds, will be in a position to give you further developments.
The funeral arrangements of 2 slain cousins, 22-year-old Tsiamo Muramaga and 21-year-old Baliseng Muramaga, are currently underway at Lukau village outside Groblersdal in Limpopo. The 2 cousins were brutally murdered in Mamelodi East in Pretoria. Their bodies were found on Sunday morning.
The news of the killing of the cousins sparked outrage and grief countrywide. As the funeral arrangements are underway, friends and the community continue to gather to pay their condolences. The accused murderer, 38-year-old Tebogo Mnisi, has been remanded in custody by the Mamelodi Magistrate Court. The bereaved family is still devastated.
When we heard about this incident, it evoked strong emotions. We are having trouble sleeping at night, and our emotions are running high. It's painful, and it's even more painful because we are told it was done by one person.
The deceased Baliseng and Tsiamo moved to Mamelodi in 2023 and 2024 respectively after enrolling with the University of South Africa. The family believes the deceased had bright future ahead of them. The deceased are described as joyful cousins who had close bond from their young ages.
As a family, we want justice. Our children were very peaceful and always happy. They were always together. We want justice to prevail.
Tiamo Mramaga and Balse Mramaga will be buried here at Lukau on Saturday. The community here is still devastated by the incident and is demanding justice for the cousins. Amkoke Chomota, SABC News, Lukau.
Operations were halted at the Nakamuri district municipality in Mahikeng in the northwest due to a raid by law enforcement officers. Police from the Special Task Force unit closed the gates of the building and conducted a search. They reportedly targeted the offices of the executive mayor, municipal manager and the chief financial officer, amongst others. It is unclear as to what led to this raid.
An unexpected raid at the district municipality caught many off guard. The electronic gadgets of some high-ranking municipal officials, that included cell phones and laptops, were confiscated. A move that was welcomed by some residents. It's not the first time that we bring our grievances to Mr. Kumalo and Mr. Sinwedi, raising concerns about the corruption and criminal activity that we as the community experience.
They are corrupt. There's also a program of racketeering and money laundering. There is no accountability. These people must leave here.
Earlier this year, Sanko led a march at the district municipality and handed over a memorandum of grievances over allegations of corruption and poor service delivery. They say that there were some tender irregularities. Police say this is the first phase of many operations to come.
The operations led by the SAPS, National Cold Case Investigators, and Special Task Force members relates to a search and seizure operation. It's about allegations of ongoing investigations on corruption, fraud and maladministration in the Nakamuri district municipality. This is just the first phase of many operations to come.
Attempts to get a response from the municipality failed. Tabiso Moss, SABC News, Mahikeng.
SABC, host broadcaster of the G20 South Africa 2025.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has reaffirmed South Africa's commitment to strengthening trade and diplomatic relations with Switzerland. This follows his official talks with Swiss President Karen Keller-Sutter in Bern as part of his two-day state visit to the European nation. The visit marks a historic milestone, the first state visit by a democratic South African president to Switzerland, and is expected to deepen cooperation in trade, youth development and peace mediation.
It was a day steeped in ceremony and symbolism in the Swiss capital, Bern, as President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed members of the Federal Assembly, highlighting the shared values of peace, democracy and development that underpin relations between South Africa and Switzerland.
This act of repatriation speaks to who we are, both Switzerland and South Africa. It speaks to our shared belief that dialogue can heal what conflict has broken, and that the dignity of every human being transcends borders and time.
The president's remarks followed Switzerland's handover of the sacred artifacts belonging to South Africa's Nkuna royal family, a gesture he described as a bridge between history, reconciliation and mutual respect. Later, Ramaphosa and his Swiss counterpart, Karen Keller-Sutter, held bilateral talks focused on trade, investment and global peace efforts. This visit underscores the friendship and trust between our two nations. We are committed to working together in areas such as peace mediation, education, sustainable trade that benefits both our people. I'm Butlali Pele, SABC News.
Police in Tanzania's commercial capital, Dar es Salaam, fired gunshots and deployed tear gas to disperse protesters. This is the second consecutive day of demonstrations following the recent elections in which President Samia Suluhu Hassan is seeking a second term.
Tanzania's first female president, Samia Suluhu Hassan, is running for a full term after assuming office in 2021, following the death of former President John Magufuli. Initially praised for easing repression and censorship of political opponents, she now faces voters for a full presidential term amid controversy. I would like to say that I have already voted, and I urge all citizens, including those at home, to come out and exercise your right to vote and elect the leaders of your choice. The situation has also heightened concerns over the increasing crackdown on government critics.
Since January 2024 up until now, Amnesty has been actively documenting different violations that the government has been perpetuating against its citizens. They have been using very repressive laws that are very vague, applying them differently to the opposition, to the citizens, to the journalists, just to keep them repressed.
Amid continuing protests, official government channels have advised civil servants and students to stay home. However, neither they nor the police have directly addressed the ongoing unrest. Bonolo Maribe, SABC News.
And that's the final whistle. Thank you for tuning into Prime News on SABC 3. We have covered the headlines, and now it's time for us to cover the skies. Your forecast is up next. And until next time, from myself, Becky, and the team, stay ahead. Good night.
Thank you very much and a very warm welcome to the weather desk. Time for us to look at those conditions over the country. Now it is going to be a rainy night over most of the country. We are talking scattered showers and thunder showers over most of the eastern parts of the country, especially over Gauteng, stretching into Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal. Just isolated as we move into the interior of the Northern Cape. For tomorrow, it's going to be a cloudy day over the mother city with a cold front expected to make landfall over Cape Town, which means that temperatures will be dropping significantly over the mother city tomorrow in the afternoon. Still expecting a rainy day's move towards the interior of the country, especially over Bloemfontein. We're expecting some scattered showers and thunder showers for tomorrow. Isolated over Limpopo, stretching into Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal. Now talking about KwaZulu-Natal, we do expect some morning fog patches over the interior of KwaZulu-Natal, and also those morning fog patches are expected as we move towards the coast over the Western Cape and Northern Cape, which means that visibility will be reduced over those places in the morning. Looking at our conditions for tonight, we do expect a level 2 warning of severe thunderstorm as we move towards Gauteng, stretching all the way into Mpumalanga, becoming a level 4 over the northwest, and also as we move towards the coast, there is a level 1 warning of disruptive rainfall for tonight. For tomorrow, we're expecting that 60% chance of showers and thunder showers over the central parts of the country. Same area, we do expect a level 2 warning of severe thunderstorm for tomorrow over those areas. Possibilities of heavy downpours, which can lead to flooding, a large amount of small hail, and also possibilities of strong damaging winds over those areas. Looking at our temperatures for tonight, it is going to be a relatively cool night, especially over the central parts of the country, but should be cold as we move into Sunderland. We're expecting a low of 721 over Musina. Durban will be dropping down to 19. Now, maximum temperatures for tomorrow, it is quite a hot day over Musina, expecting a high of 33. Should become warm to cool, especially over Johannesburg, we're expecting a high of 22. Durban at 27. Hot conditions as we move into that interior of the Northern Cape with those runway for fair conditions for tomorrow. But Cape Town, cool conditions, that cold front that is expected, meaning that a bit of chilly conditions are expected over the mother city for tomorrow with a high of 22. That's all the weather I have for you. Stay tuned.